Hi, it's Jeff at Slavens Racing. I just wanted to tell you about the Sidi Crossfire 2 boots that we handle, and they've got some new colors out. And this is one of the most popular ones for our clientele, the black with the flow orange. And this is a premium quality boot. It's a $575 boot, and so people sometimes balk at that price. But in boots you get what you pay for. As far as ankle protection, foot protection, upper or lower leg protection, ventilation, comfort, the quality and how long they last and fit and hold up, and how easy they are to get on and off. That's what you get with a premium quality boot. So why Sidi over one of the other brands? To me, I think it's the best fitting boot out there, and obviously there's going to be some people who dispute that because there's so many different foot sizes and shapes, but it's a very adjustable boot, which allows it to compensate for all those different types of feet and sizes of feet. Whether you have a skinny foot or a narrow foot or a high arch or a low arch or whatever you have, there's a lot of adjustability to this boot. For me personally, I've broken my left foot, so it's larger than my right foot. The swelling never really went down to its original size, and it's larger, and so I have a problem with fitment there. And it was actually a very simple cure that the guys at Sidi told me about. So Sidi boots come with an insole, and it's fairly thin. It's just a couple millimeters thick. But so on my left foot, I take the insole out, and the right foot I leave it in. If I had the insoles on both sides, the left one was too tight and uncomfortable, and I thought, well, if I take this insole out of here, it's going to be uncomfortable because the platform is harder down in there than this piece is. But it really is not at all. I don't even notice it. I've never even noticed it from day one. I took that left side out. So that's one way to help with fitting issues. The boots are also very adjustable. So on the inside here, some guys have really large calves. I don't, but a lot of guys do. And this inner panel here is adjustable. You can see all these different screws. You can take these out, and you can expand this, and you can also contract it if you have really skinny legs. So that's one of the adjustments. Also, the strap system here. It's very easy to make adjustments on. So you just pop it out like this, and you can slide it in or out. And then you give it a little twist and pop it back in. It's very simple. Their buckling system makes it easy to put the boot on because they use just a one screw system here that lets the buckle move back and forth a little bit. So it just kind of centers itself as you're putting it on. So it's not so rigid. Also, this is the best buckle system I've ever seen on boots. I've seen friends in parking lots with Alpine Stars on, and they carry a rubber hammer with them so they can beat on the buckles to get them to fasten. To me, that's total bullshit. There's no way in hell I'd have a product like that. It's got the ventilation here. They've got these wear pads on the outside and on the inside. They've got two of them here. They also put I think they call it, I forget what they call this piece. Anyhow, it's a little protector for this buckle, so that if you hit a boulder or a log or something, that it won't hit that buckle and tear it off. So they call it a spoiler. So it just kind of deflects anything from hitting that buckle. These boots are made out of, I don't remember the name of the material, but it's a synthetic material that Sidi's developed. In the past, boots were made out of leather, but leather is kind of cost prohibitive, and it's also doesn't hold up as well as this material does. This is more flexible, it's more durable, it's just a much better product. So one of the other brands out there has a bootie that fits inside. So it's basically like it's a little boot that you put on your foot first, and then you slide the boot on. Well, there's a number of downsides to that. At first it feels like it's really comfortable and great, but the problem is those booties, they get stiff, they get stinky, they get wet. They make your foot hot, and they also, in order to fit that bootie in there, they had to make the boot a lot wider through this section. So now you've got a big bulky boot. which to me is not optimum. The narrower the better, to keep it away from the rocks and the roots and the stumps and whatever's out there that might hit your foot. The bootie design is also just a sloppy way of making a boot, because it makes it to where the manufacturer doesn't have to keep tight tolerances on the boot itself, because the bootie's going to make up for it. So they just throw this big fluffy bootie in there to take up all the clearance, and yeah, it feels cushy, but you've got a very poor fitting boot at that point. So as you can see here, these boots have, you know, screws here, there, and everywhere to fasten the boot together, these plastic pieces. And these pieces are all available separately. If you damage one or wear a piece out, you know, this is designed here to rub against maybe the hot part of the engine. If you damage a piece on a Sidi boot, these are all available. We stock a lot of these parts, and if we don't have them, we can get them in just a few days from Sidi. With other brands of boots, we struggle to get any of the parts for them. It's ridiculous. I mean, you can't even get the simplest pieces to repair your boot. Sidi backs up their product 100%. It's an excellent company to work with. One of the big features of this boot, this is the SR2. So there's two basic, this is the Crossfire 2, but there's two versions of the Crossfire 2. There's the standard version called the TA, and it has a sew-on sole, like we've seen many times, and that's replaceable. We also have those soles in stock. But then the SR2, SR stands for sole replacement, so it screws on, and these are just quarter turn soles. We stock this style of sole. We also stock a more aggressive sole. We also can get you the supermoto soles for road racing or supermoto type work, riding, excuse me. And this is very easy to replace. Also, because of the sole replacement system, they've made, you know, the base of the boot even stronger to hold this. So this is a very stout boot. I mean, it can really handle the jumping, and it's a very long-term product that's going to hold up for many, many years. And these soles are very reasonably priced, very simple to change. Anybody can do it. You don't have to send your boot off to a cobbler. So in the TA model, there's a limited amount of colors, although there's definitely enough to keep you happy. In the SR2, there's a huge variety of colors. You can see them all on our website, slavensracing.com. And once again, I just want to reiterate about how comfortable these Sidis are. If you take your time and mess with the adjustments, it's a very comfortable boot to get set up for just about any foot or leg shape out there. And if you have any questions about it, we keep a large quantity of these in stock. And my staff knows about the boots as well, so you're welcome to call in and ask any questions. That's all for now.